The first month of the year is already up, and it was packed with huge indie releases. We'll be covering all of them in this video, but before we do, here are some quick headlines and honourable mentions.
First off, in some unfortunate news, it was announced last week that Mega Man's spiritual successor Mighty No. 9 will be delayed indefinitely. The game was supposed to release February 9th. This setback is the third for the project. A couple of last year's indie hits are getting console versions. Rhythmic roguelike Crypt of the Necrodancer will be available to PS4 and PS Vita owners come February 2nd, and 2D cover shooter Not a Hero will be ported to the PS4 on the same day. Not a Hero's Vita port was cancelled due to technical limitations on the console. Harebrained Schemes, perhaps best known for reviving the Shadowrun series through Kickstarter, have given a release date for their next game. Necropolis, a combat-oriented roguelike, will hit Steam March 17th. Lastly, we just got a release date for Superhot, and it's coming very soon. It'll be on PC by February 25th and Xbox One a few weeks later.
Animation, Plug and Play is an utterly bizarre piece of surrealism that provokes thought and emotion. Crashlands is an action RPG with a ginormous crafting system and Pokemon-esque pet that works on both computers and phones. Now out in early access, Maximum Override lets you wreak havoc upon a city, from the makers of Apotheon.
There is a great horror beneath the manor. A crawling chaos.
Darkest Dungeon is a turn-based RPG, but we'd argue it's better served as being called a stress management game. As you lead your party through a dungeon, you need to consider if you have enough balance. Does your team have range, healing? But the primary concern is the stress levels of your heroes. They rise every time your heroes are subjected to the horrors of the dungeon, and when they tip over, all hell breaks loose. Gone insane, your heroes will become masochists, aching for the release of death, or just have a heart attack from the shock of it all. Some will hurl abuse at other team members, dragging them down as well. It's really a lucky dip of terror, leaving you just as stressed as your heroes. It's intense, but brilliantly original, and in most other months, Darkest Dungeon would be at number 1.
For the first time here on Indieformer, we have 2 games sharing the number 1 spot. Call us indecisive, but we just didn't have the heart to rank one of these fantastic games above the other. The first of these number 1s is Jonathan Blow's The Witness. Already, The Witness has sold more copies than Braid did in its first year, showing just how much has changed in 7 years. But some things don't change, and one of those is Blow's ability to design remarkably intricate puzzles. With no tutorials or hints, The Witness's 500 plus puzzles, each bringing a new idea, will take a while to solve. But they are worth it. They respect the player's intelligence and make you feel super clever for completing them. The Witness is simply puzzle gaming heaven.
Farmer Bill plays building blocks with the cows.
Our other number 1 game for January is That Dragon Cancer. This game begins with the recommendation that you play with headphones. This kind of suggestion is often used in the horror genre, and although That Dragon mightn't be the scariest game you'll play, it'll certainly be one of the most confronting. For those of you who don't know, That Dragon is John and Amy Green's retelling of their son's Josh's 4-year battle with cancer. The 2-hour experience takes you through moments of despair, love, and faith, all poetically retold. If money isn't an object, we highly encourage you to play That Dragon Cancer. It's incredibly powerful and there's nothing else like it.
That's it guys, hope you like the new format. Thanks for watching, my name's Lawrence.
And my name's
About a high school party turned horrifyingly wrong. Reportedly, the devs are in talks with publisher Skybound to bring Oxenfree to comics and film.
Rhyme is
Un orage se prépare, mon frère. La nouvelle.
Flying in at number 5 is Aviary Attorney. This courtroom affair easily draws comparison to the much regarded Ace Attorney in terms of style and in our opinion quality as well. The dialogue is just as zippy, the characters are just as colourful, and the plot twists just as numerous and unforeseeable. But let's talk about the differences. The obvious ones are the cast of anthropomorphic animals, the 19th century Paris setting, and the portrait-styled art. Less obvious is that losing a case won't stop the game and force you to repeat until successful. Instead, the game continues, eventually leading you to one of 3 different endings. Ace fans should swoop on this, and so should any player who loves dialogue-driven characters and narrative.